Hi everybody, my name is Janine. I'm a registered counsellor with the HBCSA in South Africa. I thought I would put a short presentation together about BWRT, as I have a lot of clients, phone calls, emails, with questions and queries about what BWRT is, how it works, what it's used for. So I thought this might be useful. So BWRT stands for Brain Working Recursive Therapy. The creator of BWRT was a UK professional, or is a UK professional and therapist by the name of Terence Watts. And it is a new model of psychology and psychopathology and that he has created. It fits comfortably within today's neuroscience and research, and is very specifically a solution-focused mode of working. It is largely content-free, using the client's own thought processes to effect a release on their symptomatic pattern. BWRT is inspired by the latest research and technology into how the brain works, into how it lays down memories, patterns of thinking, and behavior. These ways of thinking and memory foundation also affect us and impact us on our day-to-day living, our thoughts and experiences, and of course, therefore, our overall well-being and perspective on the world. BWRT is a highly effective therapy that allows us to choose how we want to think and feel about the world, about ourselves, about our perceptions, as opposed to how we are actually reacting. The results are fast and they bring about lasting change. So let's go back to what BWRT is actually based on. BWRT is based on research, let's just move this, by virtual Nobel Prize winner Benjamin Libet, work that he started in the 80s. And in 2003, he was the first recipient of the virtual Nobel Prize in psychology. His work included the investigation of the consciousness and initiation of action and free will. His research showed that there's a significant gap, more than a third of a second, between the moment the brain begins to act upon a stimulus and now becoming consciously aware of that action. If you look at the diagram here, this is where they started noting brain activity in the cortex, then to where we actually became consciously aware and the action taking place. What this actually means is by the time we know we are acting in a certain way, the brain has already set various messages in action and the necessary chemicals and orders, so to speak, for that behavior to occur. This has already happened. So it would seem that to change behavior once it has already happened, I feel like we're already on the back foot. But what BWRT does is it works on changing that behavior in the unconscious. So the modern methodology like BWRT isn't simply based on the after-fact of behavior, but it is designed around how the brain processes, stores, and uses information, resulting in the behavior, hence being able to provide an effective method to change the behavior before it actually becomes conscious. So another important question is, how does BWRT actually work? What I'm going to ask you to do is imagine the brain like a filing system. Because our brains throughout our lives file various experiences that we go through, from the moment we're born, perhaps even before, until our present day. And it draws on this information and these experiences to inform us on how to behave in the present or how we should be feeling or perceiving certain things. And then we act and feel according to those past experiences. The brain is constantly, unconsciously, assessing the environment and interpreting what it picks up using the information in these files. It does this unconsciously, like I mentioned, and hence our behavior that is set in motion is done so before we're always able to make a conscious decision. One may say that sometimes the information in these files has become outdated or corrupted or irrelevant in our lives today, sometimes even becoming far too generalized. For example, We might be triggered by a certain sound or a certain smell because of a traumatic event that happened in the past. Our brain is reacting to that trigger. However, there's no actual threat in the present, but the brain remembers those smells, events, or sounds and wants to continuously protect us. It is exactly these kinds of thoughts and triggers that BWRT is very effective with. BWRT is a unique process that allows us the opportunity to work in that gap that I mentioned, that Libet researched. So it allows us to work in that gap between the commencement of an action and our conscious awareness, so that the old behavior can be rewritten before it becomes conscious by using repetition, reflection, and even accepting the success in the future. The brain has neuroplasticity, meaning that the brain has the capacity to change. The neural networks can become strengthened, they can weaken, and new neural networks can be laid down. BWRT uses this fact of neuroplasticity to lay down new memories and create new neural pathways in your brain with new behaviors, new reactions and perceptions and emotions that you would prefer as opposed to the old habits and reactions. Okay, so what kind of situations or problems is BWRT actually effective with? So BWRT is actually effective with numerous ailments or problems, and the process is work differently for different things where needed. So if you have a phobia, a past trauma from childhood, anger issues, guilt, trust issues, relationship, depression, self-esteem, OCD, procrastination, anxieties, fear of failures, food issues. So many of these issues can be worked into the process of BWRT and changing our old behavior, thought patterns, and perceptions. Okay, I'll just put together here some official websites and links for you as well that you can perhaps visit for further information. And on these websites, you can also find other practitioners. Please note that only trained and qualified practitioners should be doing these BWRT processes, obviously to protect you and obviously to make sure that the training is done properly, to make sure that these processes are actually effective as they've been and used as they've been designed. If you'd like any more information, you're welcome to contact me on janine@yourtherapy.co.za or visit my website on www.yourtherapy.co.za. Thank you. Goodbye.